So these are the first couple of trains I'm going to be running today on my circle layout, which this is a floor layout, which now I have a lot of room for my widest curved train track, which is my Lionel, but also to occupy the HL G scale and N scale, which is a little out of order because instead of using one big layout, I decided to use a smaller layout. And so whatever space I can find right here, this is what I'm spacing out on. So these are my birthday trains I'm going to be running, and we're going to be running them. And these are the Transformers, this is the Lionel, this is the N scale one, and this is my HO, and this is G scale. So these are the different controllers, and this is for the Lionel. So let's get some trains running, shall we? You can also ask me questions not only on my birthday, but also you can ask me in the comment section as well too. But warning, any questions that relate with race, identity, or even something that may sound uncomfortable, it will not be answered and it will be prohibited. So let's get some trains running. So the angle we'll be doing is a curved angle right over here, just enough that the line, so you can see the line now. So here we go. So starting off with the Lionel. And you can see on the side right there, you can see the signals are currently, these signals right here, these are by a company that makes big accessories. I'm not too sure the company though, but they're currently red right now, so I'm gonna flip the switches, green, and green. So let's get this started. Now for the HO. For HO, I'm running my Tyco Streamliner set. 3 coaches this time. For G scale, I have my Lionel Thunder Mount Express set, which is a Pennsylvania. This one's going next. Hello. And the last train I'm going to be running is my N-scale Erie Lackawanna. Hello. And if all you're wondering, are all these the trains I'm going to be running today? Well, no, I actually have a few other trains as well too that I'm going to be running to replace some of the engines. Like Lionel, I'm going to have a little switcheroos, HO, I'm going to have a few switcheroos, and N-scale. But if you want to see N-scale, well, I'll have to adjust the camera though, but you can see it right in the switch. Hello. Sorry to hear that you don't. Sorry to hear that you have to get going. So stay safe out there and take care. And hello, I'm Doggy YT. Some of the trains, they do sound like majestic. Like the only one that currently has a sound right now is the North Pole Central, which if I turn it down. Yeah, the other trains are currently running on motors. The Erie Lackawanna from Cato, the Lionel Thunder Mountain G scale set, and the Tyco Streamliner set. Yeah, so most of the noises you mostly hear are from the North Pole Central. Sorry to hear that your set broke, and I was like wondering which one of these sets did you break? Which I did break a few trains at the time as well too, not only you, but I was like wondering since it sucks when it comes to trains like breaking now. Yeah, I know like these trains run a little bit, but I have to eventually switch out some of the units because there's certain ones I don't want to overheat. Like the one I'm talking about is the Shark Nose, the HO one. Yeah, that one's the oldest running engine in this video, dating back from 1957. And the newest is the N-Scale, the Kato. The one that has a very smooth sub, like for example, good speed, but it can also crawl as well too, like in this example. Like it looks like the N-Scale is stopped, but it's actually moving. That's how like good like KO trains are. But we're gonna bring it back to its more speed. It was like 5 or 4 years old though. I got you. Yeah, so then how that's gonna last though, but it'll depend on the company though. I'm gonna slow down my North Pole Central a little bit so we can hear. Okay, so each one of these following trains, most of them I got from a Goodwill, which they used to sell a lot of trains, but sadly they now sell them online. So until 2024, that's when you're able to get hands on a lot of trains. Like the North Pole Central has been found in the train show along with all the cars. Except for one car, the aquarium car, which I have right here, which I'll show up close running. The engine for the Streamliner set that was found on eBay, but the coaches were found at a Goodwill. The only thing that was broken on them is the bottom tab of the couplers. The G-scale set, the Pennsylvania one, that one was found in the Goodwill as well too. It still runs, but the thing is, it said that line doesn't make G-scale anymore. And for the N-Scale, I found those at a train show. N-Scale is like literally like everywhere, so you would find a lot of N-Scale not only in train shows, but also in Goodwills as well too. So each one of these trains I mostly got at Goodwills. And let's show you about the coupler tabs. So I'm just gonna borrow a coach. So these coaches were from Goodwill, and the only thing that was broken is just the bottom tab right there too, which unlocks the coupler when it goes over a coupling track. And in fact, these doors actually do slide out. But I'll put the door stuck. I'll get the HO back on the run because HO is actually my favorite gauge, is because I collected a lot of Tyco. Okay, I'm gonna get HO back up and running. I don't blame you, and yeah, my dog is on top of me right now. I don't blame you. I have a dog as well too that often likes to annoy me, but doesn't like to like go on top of me. So any dog likes to do their thing. And dogs are really like cute though, like a man's best friend. In my opinion though, we all have opinions on dogs. But it's time to switch out one of the trains. So one of the trains I'm going to be replacing is the Streamliner. I actually have another one of these. Because once these engines warm up for a certain amount of time, I gotta make sure they don't overheat. switching out the unit. Yeah, camera, the motor feels very, very high, and also older motors tend to smell a lot. So, you know, if it was in person, I would have shown it. But time to put this one at rest. And time to replace it. And here's a little bit of a show with the Northwest Central. I'm trying to play happy Birthday with the whistle, but I don't want to mess around with it. I don't blame me, it's going everywhere. My dog is asleep right now. I don't blame oh. I don't blame you. And, go shoot that. Yeah, dogs can be everywhere though, but I don't blame you. Okay, now I'm going to be switching out the N scale. So for my N scale, I'm going to be running a Concord steam locomotive, and inside this is a Baltimore, Ohio Hudson. I just had that wrong. So I'm going to replace the Erie Lackawanna unit with the steam locomotive. I'm going to let the other trains run for a little bit, but I'm going to slow down the Norfolk Central for a bit. Or I'm going to stop it right there. But time to switch out the N scale. So, oh, the HO got stuck. Yep. Sorry, everyone is going like crazy right now. There's trains everywhere. I'm gonna slow one down a little bit. Oh. So here's the Erie Lackawanna unit up close. And I'm gonna replace it with the Baltimore, Ohio. And in the comment section below, what is like a unit we'll possibly see running in this video when I replace it? But there's one more for the line now, and there's a couple more for the HO, so those are going to be coming soon. So here comes the little Baltimore, Ohio. Oh, the train. But while doing that, I'm going to run the little one. So I got the little steam locomotive on there from Concord, the little Baltimore Hudson. Let's run that one. We're gonna run the G scale back. So almost all steam locomotives, but they're going. So I'm now gonna replace my HO scale train. Okay, I started up the new HO train, and we're gonna get that one started. So the new HO train I put on is a Union Pacific 040 shifter set, and this set is specifically from probably 1962. And it's a mixed rate set, and it's currently running on the HO track. So apparently, it's all steam locomotives now from N scale to T scale. So I'm gonna let these run a little bit. It was nice. It was fun talking to you as well too. Stay safe out there and take care. Bye. So a little heads up, this live stream is gonna go to 1 hour because at 1 hour I have to get going not cleaning up the layout, but also getting going because sadly this is my last week before school. So I got one more week left to film as much trains as possible before I go back. So I'm sharing my final couple of moments before Saturday I'm going to be heading back to school. Bye. Stay safe. And if you're wondering, am I going to be playing the music in the remote control Turnover Essential? Sadly, I'm not because I don't want to get like not only a flag, but at the same time I have to credit the artist of the music still, which I'm not too sure how to do it though. So I'm just gonna leave it on its regular steam locomotive operation. So I'm gonna be letting those trains run like an all steam locomotive section because there are not a lot of steam locomotive sections in the running layout. So I'm presenting that right now, but anyone has their ways in running trains, and anyone can run any locomotive they want. But you're all seeing it right here. Hello, Chase's Railway Lions. So, Chase Railway Lions, how are you doing? I'm gonna go on the other side. Oh, stuck. Removing some of the trains 1 second. Because unlike the last chats that I did with a lot of trains, I have to limit how many trains I pretend because even though it's nice like presenting a lot of trains, the thing is I gotta manage how many I run, so I gotta put these two back. So if you're wondering why I'm walking backwards and forwards, I stored some of my trains on that side and the controllers here on this side. So I'm currently wandering backwards and forwards. And I'm gonna do a little pause. Just I'm gonna run a little backwards with the EHO. Oh, never mind, the flat card derailed. What? Sorry for the bell. So all these trains are controlled by controllers, but one are controlled by the transformer here. Since your viewers are looking at the trains from this angle, I'm gonna bring the camera down to see it at a close-up angle like this. But I'm gonna let the trains go at 1 second. And okay, I'm gonna remove the camera from the stand, and here's a look of the trains. There's B scale, there's Lionel. There's N scale. Yeah, it's so small. The scale's so small, you can barely see it, it's like so cute. Then you can do a little face. C scale. N scale. HO scale. And I'm gonna let the camera sit. I'm gonna take the view like this a little bit. And a little close up on the N scale. I'm looking the way of the D scale. camera back. Whoops. To put the camera back on the stand. And okay, now the camera's back. I'm gonna run them like that for a little bit. Showing all of you an entire Steam Loco run. Okay, now I'm going to be replacing the Lionel North Pole Central with another engine, so last time to see it. Okay, now replacing the engine of the Lionel. And I'm going to do it down here. But for a little short, let's run it backwards a little bit. Run the train backwards. But let's replace the Lionel one. So I'm replacing my Lionel unit with a first year SW2 switcher number 612 by Santa Fe by Lionel. And out of all the features of these trains, this is the only one loco that has an automatic ringing bell on the inside. Unlike the other Lionel, that one has a battery power bell, which is operated by a controller, but it's operated from the locomotive. So this one has like an automatic bell inside. So now it's not all steam locomotives anymore because now we have a switcher in the layout. There it goes. And you want to see a little run by of it? Here's a little run by. And if you're wondering about the accessories, this accessory right here is powered by the bag accessory panel here. Here the house is connected to nowhere, it's kept there on display. And the little searchlight over there is actually powered by the tracks. Wait, I'm going to let these trains go first. Switch is coming through. And time to cross. Oopsies, oopsies. So this is usually powered by AC, but I powered it by using the DC from the tracks, which I definitely don't recommend because these are meant for AC power. So with the DC, it's clearly getting power not only from the tracks, but it's also powering the high-speed train as well too, which is a switcher. Trains everywhere. Look at that. There's a little Tycho running the line now. And you got your M scale and D scale. Okay, now time to replace the engine over VHO now. We gotta wait. Yeah, when it comes to a real train, you gotta try crossing this. If the trains are larger. Oh, time to cross. Okay, putting the camera back on the stand. There we go. Okay. Now I'm gonna replace the HL one again. Now these bolts are taking over. So steel amalgam operating freight. Love all the scales. Thank you. Replacing the steel amalgam now. With our shark nose unit from earlier. We're gonna run this one a little slow. Here goes the HO. Oh no. Wow, sure. So I'm having a little bit of issues with the HO right now. So all the other skills are running, but the HO I'm currently struggling with the most right now. There we go. HO's back up and running. Wow. And if y'all wondering about the aquarium car, after the train... Oh dear. Sorry, HO is a little bit malfunctioning today, but it's currently back up and running. But it's time to show you a little bit of a aquarium show, which here comes the train. And I'll show you a little run of the aquarium car. But I gotta show the switch of them here, but I gotta take off the engine now because the car's gonna run when it's on. It's gonna be running though, but it's gonna be running with the engine, so I'm gonna remove the engine and put the car out there. So I'm gonna let these ones run a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna take the switch out for a little bit. And I'm gonna roll in the aquarium car. And here's what the aquarium car looks like. The other shells are going in the background, but you can see a little aquarium shell. Same thing goes on the other side too. Follow that, you can see the trains. So now I'm gonna let the aquarium car run, but I'm now gonna put the switcher back. And if you're wondering about the other light up car here, which is the poultry car. So this car, like most other cars, it has a switch underneath which you pull and something happens, but it doesn't happen on this side. It actually happens on the other side. But I have to slow down the few train for a second. And we keep these other two running because they're not interfering. But if I go on the opposite side, so you see the little door over here. Oh, so if you see the little door right here, when you pull the pin down the bottom, there's a little sweeper man in the car. Close the door again. Sometimes it locks, sometimes it doesn't, and you pull the pin down, and there's a sweeper man. We're gonna let the sweeper man hang out, and we're gonna let the train run. So while this one runs, the aquarium car is also gonna run. And I just had a crash. Yeah, so some of these scales are usually gotten very close, but right here, this is probably when they make contact. The last car, this is a weighted car because this car always falls off the track. We make contact with the scale, so I'm gonna hook it back up. Now, time to get back on moving. And scale. G scale. And HL. Okay, now putting the camera back. Here we go. Camera's back on. And all the trains are running, all the trains now are running. Now you're on the other side, I'm gonna cross, then with this crossy road. I'm back. Had to fix something then. Okay. So with the final couple of minutes remain though, you can all ask me any questions though, or like chat though in any of your time though. So I'll let you talk. Okay, now I'm gonna be switching out the end scale. Okay, now switching out the end scale. Slowing down the echo and stopping the end scale. So I'm now putting the Erie locomotive back on. Waiting for the G scale to pass, and let's get the Concord. Oh no. Okay. Now we're putting the Concord loco back. So now the Concorde is now back in its box, right over here. And we're gonna do our little run by again, so camera detach. And floor time. And a little inhale. Look at that little thing move. Our HO and our G scale. And here comes our Lionel. And now we're going to do a little bit of a circle. So pointing at one, the train's out, makes a circle. As if you're looking directly into that train and seeing how it moves. It's like a little race with little trains, but yeah, I get almost there, but I don't have much of a camera angle. I only have this much just because if I would have been filming right over here, I would have my tripod or the camera stand all the way on top here, which I can't. So I'm only limiting it over in this main angle here. So, but I'll do a little more, a little run bys. Look at the smoothness of that switcher. Yeah, not all trains usually run the same like that. They always run differently. And here's a little side view. All the trains are there. And oh dear. And scale, rear render. Okay, here. Yeah, that long car. Okay, recoupling back up to the train again. Stop the G scale just in case. And to hook up to the car. Gonna put the whole train back. I'm gonna run the G scale. Yeah, lots of derails happen with trains. They're not always perfect though, but as long as you maintain them right. Okay, coupled and here we go. Wrong way, wrong way. There goes the scale. Here comes HO. Okay, now the last engine I'm going to be replacing in today's video is the switcher with my last Lionel loco. So just a few more run-bys. Okay, stopping the Lionel switcher, now replacing it with my last loco. The last look I'm going to be featuring is a 040 1955 shifter. This one's featured in a maintenance set, which I have all the cars for it, which are featured on the set right now. I have the tender for it too, so let's get this little engine a run for our final day out. So here goes the Lionel switcher. And here's a little run by of the little shifter in Lionel. And if you want to see the Union Pacific shifter with the regular switch, with the Lionel one, I'm going to switch the loco out now. Okay. And we just got a catastrophe, but I'm going to switch out the diesel with the shifter. So if you want to see the two shifters running together, here's the other shifter. So here goes the little shifter. Here's the little shifter here. Wow. Okay, so both shifters, they're both running together. Look at that. So you got your little Union Pacific one, and you got your Lino one. They're both running together as a pair. I'm not wondering what happened with the end scale. There's a catastrophe right over here. Here. Good thing the G scale didn't go through them. Back up the G scale, back up. Yep, it's a catastrophe. Let's see, all these cars pop. Yeah, the train was still on, and I think the car may have clutched something, so, yep. It's a catastrophe, sorry. I'm gonna move all the cars now. And I may have to limit it to what I have because sadly the stream is a little bit ending, but you can get these cars back up and rolling now. You got your shifters there, or these running trains. Yeah, derailment on site, And yeah, car came couple. Okay. Now I gotta get the last ship back in. Yeah, I forgot what order I have in, so I'm just gonna put them in the order. Yeah, look at how closely Lionel and Skillers. That's why there was a catastrophe. So, fixing, update, fixing. I'm gonna put the camera here so I can watch the other two trains run. And scales now all back together. Now let's run them both. So I'm gonna start with G scale first. Then N scale. The engine derailed. Yep. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna leave the camera here for now. Wow. Never put your hand in front of a moving train. Okay, now I'm gonna... Oh no. Yeah, one of the cars derailed, right? So hello, Russell, train 12384. So the HO local that I'm running right now is a 1955 040 shifter from Lionel. It's called Lionel Lines, and it's from the 1955 maintenance set, which featured a gondola, crane car, and a work caboose, which I actually have the full set right now. It came from a Goodwill, and here's a little shifter. That's the gondola it came with. These are all regular cars. And this is the crane right here that came with the set, and the work caboose right here, which that crane's actually functional. Well, I'll have to show it in a separate video. And I'm going to show another little run by. And you got a little baby shifter right over here running. Here's the Lionel. And if any of you want me to continue moving with the chat, which I was supposed to end this chat in an hour, but I can actually continue 15 to 30 minutes late, so I could do 15 to 30 minutes more, though, if you want to still see more trains running. Oopsies. Yeah, not expecting the rattling with the caboose, but back to running. Okay, more train running, here we go. Well, Yeah, so all of them are steam locomotives except for the Erie one in the middle. And if you want to see one more steam locomotive run, I can replace the Erie really quick. But I'm gonna let these trains run for a little bit. Thank you, Russell. Russell's Train Zone 3484 presenting a nice little setup. Thank you. So for the setup, I got the Lionel on the outside and the N scale on the very inside. So you got Lionel, HO, G scale, and N scale in that order, which is not the right order, but it's something I can able to compact in though. Which I love really setups like this though, because I don't have a lot of room in my house to do table layout. So I do floor layouts, which that's a table, and this is a floor. This is a floor layout with 4 circles on it. But camera back. Same room is. I don't blame you. I don't blame you for your train room being the size of your bathroom. And yeah, it's not easy having a lot of like room for trains, since trains can usually take up a lot of space depending on the gauge. So like, you know, depending on the gauge though, there's a lot of different kind of curves though. Oh. I don't blame you for exaggerating. You know, it's I don't have a lot of room as well too, because I mostly film my trains in my bedroom, basement, or even outside one time as well too, because the G-scale train can run indoors and outdoors doors unlike any other train, because not all trains are usually suitable for being outside. The problem is it's cold out right outside, so I can't run any of these trains, otherwise I'm going to ruin them. All the trains are still going. But if you want to see the trains a little bit at full speed, I have to slow down the trains very little bit so none of the trains get hit. So nice. Post-war 671 turbine, that's one of my favorites. Those are really good locos, especially the Pennsylvania turbines. If you're talking about that one, that one's a really good train. Thank you. Time to make it all steam locomotives again, bringing back my Concord, Baltimore and Ohio Hudson, which here's what it looks like in the box. I don't want to hold it up like this. I had to make sure it falls out the box, otherwise this video would end. But just joking. Just joking. I can fix certain trains, but I can only fix certain ones because I don't know all of my trains. So I guess I can only have, because trains is a lot. There's a lot of different trains out there. But time to switch out the N scale, and I almost ran the camera. So time to replace the ERV again. Here's a little area loco. This thing is smaller than my hand. And replacing it with a steam locomotive, so making this all steam locomotive again. Okay, here we go with the steam locomotive. There we go. Yeah, when it comes to running live trains a lot in a small room, it smells up the whole room. So this is not going to be good for me, but I have to handle it. So all steam locomotives are on now. They'll put your hand in front of a D-scale train. Okay, I'll show you the transformers. Okay. And there goes the little N-scale steam locomotive. So the transformers I'm using for each one of these 4 trains. So this little Bachmann transformer here, it controls the speed of the low N scale. This is the Bachmann for this one. The big D-scale Lionel train. I'm using this very small black transformer, which is the transformer that was included with the set. It stopped, and now it's now rolling. For my little Tycho shifter, which they're right alongside each other again, I'm using this big MRC 200 mile transformer, which this one's meant to run big ancient trains, but I'm running it, and since I'm running a big HO loop, so this is the transformer I'm using to run the layout with a little Union Pacific. Stop and go. And lastly, for my Lionel, I'm running the Lionel on this big transformer right here, which I'm controlling the lights on with DC. The light there is controlled by D. Okay, this is controlled by AC. That's controlled by DC from the tracks, and it's running this Lionel train right here, shifting. Look at all those squeaky wheels. Look at all these trains run. And by the way, today's my birthday today, so that's why I'm making a stream today. Not showing my train, but also showing each of the scales I have, which I do have American Flyer, but it's HO. I don't have any of their S-scale gauge trains, so that's why I don't have them presented here, and I don't want to continue buying a scale that I'm currently not interested in, because my favorite scale out of all these 4 scales I have is HL. HL's my favorite. Look at that little shifter run. Look at this one run. Lionel's a second. Lionel's a close second for me, including N scale. D scale's way too big. But it'll fun to run. Okay, time to put the camera back. Thank you for happy birthday. And nice that your birthday was 6 days ago. We both have close birthdays. Yeah, January, it's nice to have a birthday on the January, though. The problem is it's the coldest month. So I was born as a winter baby, born during the snow, so just a little heads up. But as of right now, it's currently freezing due to the vortex that's coming in, which is causing major coldness. So that's why I'm currently staying inside. But these trains are still running. And I'm gonna replace my lineup for a little bit. Wow. And we're coming back now to my North Pole Central dock-sized footer. And a happy late birthday to you, Russell's Train Zone 2384. Okay, now for the shifter. This, by the way, this is still all steam locomotives. Ring, ring. Nice. Mars Dojo trains, they're also good trains as well too, but it depends on how they're like built though. But any Mars Dojo trains they can still like run though because they have like different kind of like history as well. I do have a Mars Transformer though, but I don't have any Mars. I do have a few Mars engines still, but they're from HL. I'll have to show them in a future video though. Yes, because they've been running for almost an hour. So I'm just gonna see which one's currently like. Oh, yep. Yeah, it's not the other trains. It's the Lionel. Yeah, I'm gonna see which one's oiling. Yeah, I got two cars that are squeaking, so I'm gonna oil those a little bit though. I'm gonna let the other trains run for a little bit. So I'm gonna let the steam sounds entertain a little bit. So I'm just gonna start the train right here. Okay, I gotta go in the other room 1 second. So I'm gonna take two cars out of service to move them because they were noisy. So I'm just gonna take out this car. Okay, move this one up a little bit. Oop. And yeah, the other cars they usually make a lot of noise. So I'm just gonna take both of these. So now the Northwest Central has a shorter train. Okay, there is less squeaks on it now. Now I gotta check the other car. Now I gotta check the other two. Yeah, some of these cars they do have proper bearings, but sometimes they tend to sound a lot when they're running too long. Okay, here goes the other trains. because one of the wheels has been oiled on one of the cars. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna stop the train a little bit, point one of the cars back. Okay, this one is now free rolling. This is the smaller box cars. And if you guys want to see a little show while I'm doing the other car, I'm gonna move the train up a little bit, and I'm gonna turn on this car right over here. So that's the aquarium car. But I'm gonna lift it up a little bit so you can see the other trains. Okay, now to run the train. Now to get the other cars back up and running. Okay, that's a little show, and I'm gonna get the other train rolling now. Wow. Almost shorted my layout. So the cars I recently got were the aquarium car, so sorry I'm a loud sneezer, but train's now back up and rolling. Thank you. Yeah, two cars, they were very, very noisy, so I had to lubricate the wheels of them, and now they're running a little smoother. They were the Gonzola and the white box car. And if you're wondering in the video, what's the long? Thank you for thank you for the bless you. Okay, if you're wondering what's the longest train that's been running in this video, it's the G-scale train. It's never been switched out. I don't have a lot of G-scale trains with me. This is the only full set I have of them. The other train I did switch out though, so the motors doesn't overheat. It does. Even the trains are happy as well too. All of us are happy. And if you want, I got you. I'll let you. Like take your time though for tonight because this chat will continue on until 1:30. Wait, no. I'm gonna miss a lot of sleep. It'll go on for 1 hour and 30. That's the target goal at the end of chat. So I'll let you get going. Good night. Take care. Bye. And it was nice talking to you too. I agree with you. Just stay safe, Russell Train Zone 2384. Take care. And here comes another ground view. This will be the last one for today. And if you're wondering about the cars, each of the train points, so you got your dockside switcher with a gondola, poultry car, boat loader, boxcar, aquarium car, and crane car set. For the G-scale, I got the steam locomotive with 2 passenger cars. For the chill, the Tycho, it's the shifter, a reefer, hopper, boxcar, gondola, chemical tank car, bridge splitter, slack car, and the caboose. And finally for the N scale, which is a little hard to see because the G scale blocking your way, I'm just slow it down a bit, or I'm going to pause it a little bit. So you got a steam locomotive, boxcar, tank cars, another boxcar, a little hooker car, reefer. Sorry, the little thing is so fast. Okay. You got a steam locomotive, a couple of boxcars, a little bit of tank cars, boxcar, a new tank car, boxcar, reefer, electric generator car, boxcar, piggyback cars, and a caboose. So that's what these are the final trains. Okay, this is the last step. Okay, I'm going to be ending the chat a little bit though, so this time I'm going to stop one of the trains and reverse it a little bit so I can get a little bit of a stretching its legs, but going in a little different way though, so I'm going to do it to the end scale first. Okay, now I'm going to go reverse. Now I'm going to put the other train in reverse. Now the trains are going the other way. And now for the Tycho. Yeah, the other one can't go backwards, so sorry. And time to do the other one backwards. Backwards time. Yeah, if you're wondering why the HO can go backwards, is because the flat car at the end, so I have to remove that one. Never mind, just put the car in the back. Now it's backwards time. Yeah, these trains ran for an hour. Now it's time to do a little backwards run. And okay, now let's go forward. Now the N scale is going to go forward. Now the B scale. And now the Lionel. So you see those signals right there? Those signals are going to eventually go down red, and it means all the trains are going to stop, and sadly the chat's going to be ending though. So be prepared for the trains to stop, and let's get the chat wrapped up. But one last thing though, ready for some nightlight? Here we go. Yeah, so you got the signals are operating, you got the light there, and look at all these trains light up. Yeah, you got the coaches lighting up in the line now in the light. You got the postal car and the train car lighting up. You know, look at these nighttime trains going. Yeah, look at these. Look at the light show going on. It's nighttime right now here. And oh no, I see something going on. Signals are red. The signals are red. Now all trains are going to be slowing down. You see the signal change? Yeah, it's time to slow these trains down. Starting with the Lionel. Now for the HO. Now for G-scale. Now for N scale. So now all trains are coming to a stop. So that was my birthday train special featuring some of my O gauge trains, HO trains, my only G scale train, and my N scale train. This was a really good run. I had a really good birthday. I not only went for I celebrated here. Really big circle layout. And showing off some of my other trains as well here too that I ran, but now I'm showing off, but I'm just presenting them. So this was a really good train run, and I hope you all enjoyed watching this chat, and I hope you have a safe winter and a safe fresh year of 2026. See more lives coming in the future, and see you more on Railfan captures from the ATM Trainfan and more model train runs like this. So see ya on the ATM Trainfan line. Take care, y'all, and have a good night. Lastly, it's my birthday, and you can say happy birthday to me, not in the comment section, but anywhere you want. So happy birthday. It's my birthday. Thank you all so much for joining in the chat, and y'all have a good night and stay safe. This is the ATM Trainfan here signing off. Bye.